Hey everyone, Michael Bone here. In this video, I'll be showing you how I've soloed Guristas Forward Operating Bases in a Vexor Navy issue. You may have seen or heard of soloing these sites in a VNI before, but that method was a glitch based on offensive modules and was patched shortly after. I'm now warping to the site at 0. As I'm landing here, I make sure to immediately align out towards the citadel I just came from and activate my micro warp drive right away. Once I'm moving, I drop a mobile tractor unit and bookmark it so that I have a place to warp back in when I'm done, or in case I have to run and then come back. Next, I drop my drones, have them engage the base while I'm still in targeting and control range. The idea here is to get as far as possible from the base before it targets me and then applies a web, newt, or both. So I got the web first. It's not nice, but with the overheated battleship-sized micro-warp drive, I'm still moving very fast. And there's newt as well. My fit is cap stable with some implants, but I run cap boosters for this phase of the engagement. Right as my MWD cycle gets close to the end and I'm newted out, I burn a booster to inject enough cap to keep it on. This is where it gets scary. I run out of boosters about half the time and have to reload while under newt and web pressure from the base. When speed drops too much, the rats will warp in and close the gap before you can outrun them, which means it popped Vexor most of the time. So the goal here is to get to about 350 kilometers. This is an important number because the base is unable to newt or web that far, but it is within the 400 kilometer drone abandonment threshold. Under it, your drones will follow your last command and continue fighting, but you will not be able to command them except to recall. Of course, if you go over, it'll abandon your drones and you won't be doing enough DPS anymore to keep the station from repairing, which is a big pain in the butt, so I would definitely err on the side of caution and keep it at about 350 or less. Now that we're safely orbiting, let's talk about what's going on here. These are not ordinary pirate NPCs. If you've ever done burner missions, then you might have an idea what these are like. They're even more dangerous though, because they're fitted with faction modules. No, they don't drop when you kill them, but they're just as effective as the ones you and I use. These rats have vastly increased survivability and damage, but even more tricky is their AI. They won't just burn at you while you pound them from 80 kilometers. They'll warp to a ping and then warp back down to a location very close to you in the same fashion that players using combat probes to warp to an enemy on grid do. Also, like players, their destination is set in stone when they initiate warp, and that's how this kiting works. When you're moving more than 5k a second and they initiate warp from about 200 kilometers, you'll be on average 30 to 50k from where you were. That, coupled with their targeting time and waiting for ticks, means that you'll be out of their effective range before they're able to lock you. Except for cruise missile ravens and ECM blackbirds, but neither of those matter. You'll outrun the cruise missiles and never be hit, and you don't need to maintain a target lock at all. Once your orbit is established, it's just a matter of waiting for your drones to whittle down the structure's hull. You're far out of targeting range, but CCP was kind enough to give us an overview element that shows the HP of citadels. It's that little circle thing in the middle there. I've looked on Zkill and have not seen any others using this strategy. I do see a couple people soloing in what appear to be 98% thermal resist, passive Nighthawks, and ships like that. I imagine that takes a whole lot longer and a lot more effort though, at the very least because of the ECM. Having to relock every few moments would be a pain, and possibly let the base inch up the repair timer. The ISK payout is very low, considering it takes me an average of an hour and 10 minutes to kill an FOB with my DPS, but there's more than just the bounty. When the base dies, it generates a kill mail like a player, and its modules can drop as well, just like a player's Citadel. The Guristas FOBs are equipped with 2 stand-up neutralizers, a webifier, an ECM, and 2 signal amplifiers. I average about 80 million in module loot, though it's extremely large and you need to return with a hauler to pick it up. The real payout, if you're lucky, is an armored blueprint cache. They're rare drops, but they contain a faction upwell module blueprint, and to give you an idea of value, the last one I opened contained a Dread Guristas stand-up variable spectrum ECM blueprint. As of this video, the finished modules are on sale for 1.8 billion in JITA. Whoa, look at that thing pop. I love the plasma blue reactor breach effect. Wait, what's this? Is that a fleet member on screen? But Michael, you said this was solo. You lied to us, Michael! It's true, I lied. I warped in an alt as the base exploded to soak up another 30 million bounty, because I'm a noob and I need the ISK. But the alt was not there until the moment before it died, so anyhow, let's just align out and warp back to the Citadel. Now we should wait for about 10 minutes for the rats to despawn. There's not much risk because any would-be loot or drone ninjas will get eaten by the elite NPCs and will grab their loot too. And besides, unless they came prepared, they won't be able to move the 3,000 cubic meter modules anywhere anyway. So if I was patient, I'd reship in my blockade runner and come back in a bit. But I'm not. Let's go see what we've got. Sweet! There's an armored cache plus whatever the MTU vacuumed up. This guy isn't eating ramen tonight. Time to break out the boxed wine. The Z-kill report is just after this. I'm also linking to it in the description. Just don't look at my kill board. It's just embarrassing. Seriously, don't do it.